Are we ready to go live?
Oh,
We're live. I forgot my intro. We're live.
Oh, wow.
We're alive. Oh, no.
We're live. I hit the go live button and forgot to do my intro. Hello, everybody. And I've got a lifesaver in my mouth. Oh, there I go. Oh, I'll tell you what. So organised, don't I? Talk, Enzo. I've got a mouth.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome.
Yes.
And Laura from Raw Side Paranormal joining us today. Thank you very much for
here. Being here. See how lovely I did my hair for you guys.
I know.
I love the hat.
Actually, I didn't do my hair, so that's why you're getting a picture.
So Tanya's here, of course, as usual. Thank goodness, because she's a great help. And Jonathan, are you going to pop in or no? I sent Crossover Paranormal Society a little invite if he wanted to pop in and say hello and say my favourite word because he knows how to say vehicle. Vehicle. I can't say it, but Dawn is here. Hey, Dawn. Faith. Hello, Faith. And Cheryl. And Julie R. And Dr. Deb. Oh, crikey. Everyone's popping in. Now, Crow will be here shortly too, I believe. He said he would, unless, bless him, he's forgotten, but I think he will be. Hey, Maisie Rose. Oh, Maisie Rose. I swear to God, I sent you an email. Where have you been? You're in trouble. Hi, Ian. Raven, hello. Did I say hey to you, Faith? I think I did. What was I saying? I don't know. Oh, who'll be here. And I've also invited Carla from Horror. Yeah.
You got it, yeah.
And I think that's it. I thought I'll invite a few people today and see who shows up. Did you, Maisie? All right, then I haven't checked my email box, so I'll go and check. I just sent Maisie a thing saying, "Are you alive?" or something like that. She better be because I've got to visit her.
Why not you dead? Yeah, that's
are you dead? Yeah. All right, then you're not in so much trouble, but you are in a little bit of trouble because you've been not around. And yes, I notice. Okay. Dawny, sorry to do a blanket hello to everyone. Trying to rest my arm tonight, not moving it much, and not fun one-handed. Oh, depends what you're doing one-handed, I suppose. Sorry.
Say anything about
that. You can tell I'm in a bit of silly. I had a bit too much sugar, I think. I'm losing a lot of weight, Enzo and Laura.
Oh, I've been finding it. So,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, except I'm finding that because I'm old, when I was younger and I would lose weight, everything sort of sprung back into place anyway. Once you're after 60, you lose the weight, but not everything springs back.
That's when gravity takes hold.
Yeah, that's when gravity takes hold. Did anyone in chat see my episode of 5 Haunting Questions with Anne and Renata from Ghost Grannies? I like to say Ghost Grannies. If you didn't, go and watch it, won't you? I'm going to meet up with them in November. All going well because they're just down. I'm in Queensland. They're in New South Wales in Newcastle, and also they've invited me along to Norfolk Island, which is off the coast of Brisbane, but not just off the coast. You've got to fly there. And that's apparently a very haunted old site where they used to fix all the big ships, tall ships, whatever you call them, tall ships back in the day. So that could be fun. Hello, Erwin. Well, yes, long time no see indeed. Where have you been? Hi, Giselle. But yeah, so they're just really funny, and some of their content. Have you had a chance to watch any of their content at all, Laura? They're friggin'
Not
funny.
yet. No, but I enjoyed when they were on, and yes, I'm going to catch up with a lot of it.
Yeah, they're funny.
I've been concentrating on certain things, trying to get everything done.
Now, Laura had a question for me, Enzo. Now, I'm not a Bigfoot person. I like to listen to stories about Bigfoot, but I've got no idea on Bigfoot. Do you know, Laura wanted to have a discussion and do an episode talking to somebody who knows about hunting for Bigfoot and what one does to hunt for Bigfoot and stuff. Do you know how to do that?
I know
Or
a
you know
little bit
someone?
of it. I have not gone on an expedition myself. There's some friends of mine that I know from contact in the desert that are big into Bigfoot, that they've invited me to go to this place that they have up in Northern California that they went last year and had a lot of activity
That's
around
right.
there. So,
About that.
Nice.
So if Laura, if you want to contact Enzo via Facebook, I suppose, or something, and talk to Enzo, he might have somebody. Oh well, Sasquatch. What's that lady's name? Sasquatch.
Sasquatch Secrets, my
Yeah,
friend
yeah,
over there. Yeah.
yeah. She might be. I did say that to you, Laura, but then I thought about what I wrote, and you might have thought that I was just saying secrets. But Enzo can hit you up with someone that.
She actually just got back about a month ago now. She was up in Canada with a few of her friends, an expedition up there.
Oh, I
There's
have to check her out.
Laura, this is Jonathan from
Hello,
Crossover
Jonathan.
Paranormal, and this is Enzo. You know Enzo, you watch Enzo, and this is Jonathan. Jonathan is the one that keeps me very entertained with his drives to work, and he's got a Kibba. He's got a gizmo doll that he takes on adventures with him, like investigations. So. Yeah, do you want to, because you're always in here, I think a lot of people here watch your channel, but I'm not sure. So where have you been lately, Jonathan? Have you been out to the bridge again?
No, we ain't been to the bridge in probably about several months. We was asked not to come back to the bridge, so.
Oh.
Ooh, tell them first what the bridge is and what was supposed to have happened there, and then I'll get the goss on why you can't go back.
The bridge is where they found 18 dead bodies buried in the shallow graves, and there was tied and 2 shots in the head, and there was kids playing out in the woods, and that's how they was discovered. So now when we go out over in that area, you still can feel like there's something that's sitting there watching you. They claim they got them all, but it just don't feel like it have.
Sorry, Jonathan, but you know what I expect from you, and Tanya's just asked as well. Can you please tell me that you're going out for a drive in your vehicle later?
Yeah, matter of fact, I will be here in a little bit, and I'll be in my vehicle, and
Oh, love it. I could marry a man from the south just because he can say
My niece
vehicle
says
like
it too.
that. I love it. Thank you, Jonathan. So what's happened that you're not allowed to go back out there then? What happened?
just one of the guys that was in my group when he got out, and that was one of the places they claimed they took us to, but I had to drive him there, so he couldn't ever drive because he was stayed high and all that stuff. So now he don't want us to go back out there because he claims it's his spot. Since we found all the evidence that we got,
Yeah, because I used to enjoy that.
Thanks for doing all the work for me. It's mine now. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. So I wanted Jonathan to drop in because I've been trying to go onto his, but then usually when he sends me a link, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, but so we'll get there though. We'll get there. So Just Jane says, I read somewhere recently that there's people that think the reason there's no evidence for Bigfoot is because what people are seeing are actually the ghosts of prehistoric animals.
I wouldn't say that there's no evidence. I think they have more evidence than like UFO and ghost people. They've got how many tons of plaster casts of footy prints all over the place.
Well, even if you guys want to find on my channel somewhere, our Enzo and my dear friend Sonny, who did pass away, he told us stories and showed us some footage which I put together in a little, a tiny episode. I think it only goes maybe 10 minutes or something, of his story about the Bigfoot incident that he had near where he goes hunting. And Sonny, and well, he would tell you himself if he was here. He didn't believe, did he, Enzo? He was
Not at all.
he thought someone playing with him.
His paranormal show, he would have, Bigfoot guests on and stuff like that, and he'd let them say whatever it is they wanted to say. But behind the scenes, personally, is like, I don't believe in any of that crap. Until he went on his annual hunting trip up in the mountains and came out one day and he's like, what the hell is this giant footprint right outside where camp was? So he's like, wait a minute. So he started doing the hunting thing and tracking it back, and he's measuring it and the whole thing. He's like, I got a damn Bigfoot around my house.
Oh.
Yeah, well, it threw a rock at him, he reckons, and you saw the dint on the car, so something threw a rock at him. It didn't fall out of the sky. Or did it?
He had more than just the footprints. He certainly had a couple other things happen to him during that. But go check out that video from I don't know when that was or what the title of it was, but it would have been several months ago now.
Jonathan, have you ever seen a Bigfoot?
No,
thought you did?
no. I
Do you
don't.
believe it?
Not really. I ain't gonna say he's not real. I ain't gonna say he is real. I just in between. I still think there's something there that we hadn't discovered yet, for real. So
Yeah,
He's
I'm
on
not,
the fence like I am.
yeah, I'm on the fence,
There,
but I don't want it to be real.
with Bigfoot, there's a lot of different levels to it. It's does he exist at all? Yes or no? And then there's like your little logic tree of like, okay, he exists. Is it a flesh and blood, just a undiscovered primate, or does he have woo powers and can cloak or teleport and mind speak and all this other stuff that gets tagged in there as well? So there's different levels to Bigfoot people. It's very distinct.
Yeah.
Well, I must admit, I used to love watching that show. I think it was called Hunting for Bigfoot or something. It had a big bloke on it with sort of longish hair. It was a TV show, and they'd go looking for Bigfoot everywhere. I just can't remember. It was Hunting Bigfoot or something like that it was called. They used to make a lot of fun of that show too. But I just love watching that. And then, they do that, whatever it's calling
Noise,
the
yeah.
noise, and then did you hear that? I
Would
can just imagine someone out the other side, like two groups of drongos, one group over there going, and the other group, oh wow, did you hear that? Oh wow, like back and forth. I don't know. I would love for it to be real. I know I saw footage one day that was taken on a train, and I showed it to Enzo, and I made a whole thing on it, and I was like, oh my God, look, it's Bigfoot. And Enzo burst my bubble and said, nah, it's someone in a suit. And I'm like, well, why would he be out in the middle of the desert where you can only see him from the train? Enzo said they do these things. I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Debbie Downer there.
Oh, Tanya. I started off, didn't I?
Of course, big shoes and big socks. It's
Big
exactly
shoes,
what
big
that means.
socks, big hands. Yeah.
My turning point with it was because I was never a big believer, and it's like, you go out into the woods and you hear a twig crack out there. Yeah, it must be a monster. And it was actually not that long ago, but I'm a big fan of Les Stroud, who did the Survivor Man series. Just the one guy with a bunch of cameras get dropped off in the middle of nowhere and, survive for a week in various situations. And he came out with a series of videos where he had experienced something at one of his shows he did up in Alaska. And he's like, there's something kind of big out there, and did a bunch of research on it. And he at least says it's plausible. For certain areas where some type of large primate to survive in these kind of environments, because there's plenty of food and water for them in a lot of these wilderness areas that animals can eat and even people can eat. So he at least gives it's plausible. he won't go out and say, yes, they're for real, sure, because he doesn't have evidence of that. But I was like, well, shit, if he could at least say it's possible that these things are real, I should maybe at least give it that much myself. So.
Well, it's possible. Auntie Mama's Kitchen. Hello, lovely lady. If everybody wants to smile just once a day, just go find Auntie Mama's Kitchen. She's gorgeous, isn't she, Jonathan?
Oh yeah, she's really nice.
She's a lovely lady, and yeah, go check her out. She makes me smile. I just love listening to her talk.
Yeah.
I love those southern accents, Jonathan. What can I say? And Maisie's not been too well by the sounds of things. Just catching up on a few people in the chat. Yeah, we need to feed you meat, Maisie. You need a bit more meat. I don't know what to do there with the anemia, but never mind. Just get yourself better. I'll be there in a few weeks' time, and we've got a date at the Edinburgh Castle. I've still got to figure out what I'm doing yet. I'll work it out after my first week in. I've looked at maps in the UK and I've gone, right, I want to go to Edinburgh. How do I get there? Boom. And then I thought, but I also want to go to my ancestors' area where my ancestors come from, which is called Maisie. Have you heard of it? Huntley, which is just about an hour out of Aberdeen. So I think I'll go to Aberdeen first, go visit Huntley Castle, and then come back to Aberdeen, and then I think I can get a train to Edinburgh, and then get off at Edinburgh and stay somewhere near Edinburgh Castle, meet up with you, do a few things around Edinburgh, and then head down to York and meet up with Mythos. I don't know. I'll work it out when I get there. I'm talking too much. If I've missed anybody in the chat to say hello to, I'm really, really sorry. Chespins. Yeah, iron pills can kind of help, but my daughter's got severe anemia and it doesn't help her. And I think Maisie's had infusions as well, where you get infused with iron. My daughter's had that and still hasn't helped. So they're still trying to figure out why she can't have any energy. It's really weird. There are some strange things happening in your body. If I miss anybody, I always say ace flat, but it's not ace flat. Ace fly.
Flaw one. Ace flaw one.
Ace fly one. So yeah, get yourself well, Maisie, please. And what's Ian saying? Be aware there's a load of train strikes coming up. Check ahead. Oh, for bloody hell, that'd be right. Fair income. Oh, well, I know enough people in England. I should be able to yell out at someone and say, I'll give you petrol money. Come on, let's go on a road trip. So we'll see what happens. So, Jonathan, what have you got coming up? We're going to talk about aliens soon, but I'm just giving everybody a chance and seeing if
not much here lately. And I think next weekend we got a little small investigation at a cemetery, and me and my dad and my wife might be with us. I don't know yet. We normally get some good stuff there where we'll be going this time again, and we're planning on some bigger things here next month or two, and then 2025 we're actually going to Hawaii, and 2026 we're going to the UK to investigate with the Spirit Brothers.
Oh, yeah. That sounds so much fun. What are you going to do what is there to see in Hawaii?
Oh, we're going for our anniversary.
Oh, I thought you were going to go and do something haunted.
Well, I'm going to sneak my stuff with me, though. I might do a little bit of something around there.
Oh, gosh. Too cool for Banshee says, everyone get well. Yes, everyone get well, please. Yeah, and hello to everybody. If I've missed anyone, you just say you missed me. You can say hello to me, and I'll just say hello. But there you go. So I don't know. I was hoping that Crow would pop in by now because he loves aliens and things. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably forgotten. Aliens in California last night, wasn't it, Enzo? So Enzo's been looking into it for me. I've got that little video I made. I'll just turn the sound off, but I'll play the video. And Enzo can tell me what's actual footage from last night, and I already now know what's not. But hang on, let me see.
Don't ruin the surprise.
I won't. Oh, I won't share screen. Window. Oh, all right. You know me. I'll work this out in a minute. Give me a second. Oh, of course, the desktop's right behind the screen thing. There we go. Hang on. There it is. Okay, so this one, and put you over there. I take a minute, guys. I take a minute, but it's important, isn't it, Enzo? Oh, and of course, it's got to bring it down from the cloud. You know where the cloud is.
Cloud.
There. The cloud. Dear. I asked my daughter the other day, actually, I said, sweetheart, you know what the cloud is, don't you, where we keep all our information? And she goes, yeah. And I said, so what is it? And she said, it's just a big place with hard drives in it. And I went, thank you. Oh, stop it. Stop. Go away. So I was proud that my daughter knew what it was. All right. Now, I'll put you back there. So I hope everybody else knows it's not a cloud in the sky. Oh, fair dinkum. Muffin's here, guys. It's not me snoring. All right, here we go. Now I've muted the sound, and I can pause. So what about this one, Enzo? Is this from last night?
We'll be discussing all the videos in this one one at a time, because there are several of them out there. We'll just briefly go over them. This is one of the ones for sure that seems to be from the Palmdale, California area.
Okay, but then all they've got there really is just like two bright.
Yeah, a couple of lights. I actually appreciate the photography that where we have something in the foreground, so we got a sense of scale and all that. Because there is one of them where it's just tight zoomed in on just a blobby thing that you're not sure what it is. Which
now,
is
what about this one?
actually. Well, this one, there's no way to tell what that one is, because it's
so
just
big.
so
I think
tightly
it's a close up of this one though. So this one isn't real. This wasn't last night.
No, that's incorrect. This one is real. This one is from Palmdale, but it looks very similar to another one that we'll see here in a minute. And I actually even have a little extra to say about this one.
Yeah, because this one, like I've obviously used the footage and I've taken out, like I don't want to get in trouble from the YouTube people, but you could hear them talking, and the boy that was filming it was quite, oh, what the fuck? Like,
I have commentary about that as well.
Okay, all right. And that's it again. It's just blown up a little bit, but it's pretty. It looks like a Christmas decoration, doesn't it? Now, this is the one that's not.
This one is actually not from Palmdale, California at all. This one is actually from Hawaii.
Yeah.
This one is, it was filmed last night. And
last
night. This is around the Waikiki area. They're on the main island, or on Oahu, I should say. And we'll be discussing this.
Oh. And what about these? These were above a house. And there was 6 of them.
This one I didn't even include my lineup, because this is from like 4 or 5 years ago, and it's not even from California. It's something else. It was tied to another article where they were talking about it, which I found a lot of on the internet, where they were just completely unaffiliated videos that were tied to the story, which the story was real, but the videos or pictures they included were not from any of that. My share, and we'll just dive in.
Yeah. All right. So what do you want to tell us then?
All right. We'll start off right at the beginning, where this garnered enough attention that even Raw Alerts on Twitter, which does a lot of breaking news and stuff like that, even covered it. So with their wacky graphic and showing this area of California where it is. But currently, numerous people are reporting UFOs in the Palmdale, Lancaster areas, California. Witnesses on Ring neighbor apps are describing various observations, which I have a couple of those which we can look at. Blah, blah, blah. Although we couldn't confidentially identify them as flying saucers, we counted 6 objects after being out there for 10 minutes. Officials and law enforcement are investigating these reports.
Okay. Erwin's just got a question. Can we mistake drones for UFOs?
Oh, yes. It's a very common thing nowadays. But here's some of that news article referenced a Ring, because if you have one of those Ring doorbell cameras, and you sign up for the service and all that, you can actually have like a neighborhood watch kind of thing where they're all hooked together, and you can comment on that Ring network about things you're seeing. It's like, hey, somebody's creeping around outside my house at this location, and then your neighbors will be like on a little watch list kind of thing. You know, whoever your neighborhood Ring is, so that way you can keep an eye out for that kind of thing. And this is a couple of the things. Me and my daughter were hanging out in the backyard, and we both thought we saw a shooting star falling east. It stopped very abruptly and zigzagged going north. Checking to see if anyone else saw it or if we're going crazy. It happened about 30 minutes ago. So you would get, if you're on that Ring network, you would get like a little pop-up. Yes, we started Enzo's story hour. Oh, we didn't do the theme song. That's right.
Oh, look, all right, just a minute. All right, because let's do the theme song. Hang on.
Wait. While you're doing that, I can go on to the second one and read that.
Who's that fancy shirt? Who's the man with the cheeky squirt? Who has the answers? Who can explain? Well, it's Enzo the sky. Ask him how, why, Enzo the science guy.
I am not going to ask what the hell just happened with the sound to that.
It sounded okay on my end.
Did it? Did it sound all right for everyone else?
Yeah.
It sounded echoey here. Oh, well, anyway, there we go. There, are you happy now, Ian? There we go. Hey, Lisa.
That's okay. We got another one here. You guys, you won't believe what I saw. You guys, I saw a UFO. I was walking my dog in the backyard. I saw a bright light up in the sky. At first, I was like, oh my God, that's a cool plane that Northrop assembled. But to my dismay, it was a hovercraft. What?
What?
Please tell me I'm not the only one who saw. Some people were very excited about the UFO.
Hovercraft.
I don't know where he got the hovercraft thing. Okay. But one more here, flying objects in the sky. I was intrigued by the first neighbor who posted that he saw a UFO from his yard. So my mom and I went out to ours to see if we could see anything. They were too far to me to confidently say they were flying saucers. But did anyone else see multiple? We counted 6 after being out there after about 10 minutes. So the people of Palmdale and Lancaster, which is they're 2 cities that are really close to each other there in California, and they certainly were seeing something for sure. But let's go ahead and start. First we'll start with, I looked up on because someone else made reference to this online. I looked it up to verify it. The FAA had a NOTAM, NOTAM, which is a notice to airmen, which is something that goes out to all aviators that are flying in the area. Or could potentially be flying the area. This particular one was posted August 14th, so just 3 days ago, basically setting up a no-fly zone around the Palmdale, the U.S. Air Force Unit 42. I forget. They call it something else, some Plant 42 or something like that, which is on the east side of where Palmdale is, for a 2-mile wide block, no-fly zone for security reasons, is all it says. Which it goes through all. Reading through NOTAMs is a real pain in the ass because they have to spell out everything and what it's for, and you can look at all this jibber jabber of words. But the basics is they had set up this temporary no-fly zone, and this is for 3 months that ends September 15th. Well, excuse me, it goes from August 14th to September 15th, so 2 months. So it's curious that this should happen, and then a couple of days later, we start getting weird UFO sightings. So,
Well, therefore, it's
is-
not curious, is it? It's just the Air Force doing something. It's a bit disappointing.
well, it should be whatever it is should be confined to that 2-mile radius around that base, or this small airport is really what it is.
Oh,
But from some of the descriptions, stuff's zipping all around and going all the way to the horizon and things like that. So, little curious, just saying. But let's go dive into the videos here.
all right. Just
Well,
get the sound,
What's
because I'll
that?
get the sound. Mute the
Yeah, that's-
sound. 'Cause we'll get done.
We don't want to listen to the sound anyways, but
Oh, well, that's what I had in my little video. That one.
this is the one. This is the one. This is the one everyone's going gaga. I'll just hit play. We'll look at it. Where you see these curious lights
So is that just a drone?
diving down, and then we
That's
see
interesting.
the second setup there. And if we had the sound on, I'll make this statement about TikTok people. Stop overlaying fake audios over your video. If you want me to take your video seriously, stop putting fake stuff in there. Because if you watch this actual video, because it's out there everywhere, this person is not. This is not live. Whatever the things they're saying, because as you can see in the foreground, this person's at a marina. You can see a bunch of boats, and that's the first indicator that this is not in Palmdale, California, because Palmdale, California is on the edge of the Mojave Desert. There's no marinas anywhere around there. But yeah, we see this lights going about, and very curious. I certainly got drone vibes off of it. I don't know what they're talking about when they talk about, oh, it's blocked off, which there's a truck, I guess, that was driving by. That's what's blocking it off, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was another, like they put that in that, but I was watching someone else earlier, and I think there's another report about a beach being cordoned off at the moment. But I don't know. It could have come from there.
There's a pretty good reason for that, because as it turns out, from the Hilton Hawaiian page, if you're in town, audio off.
Oh, that's it. Look, that's it.
If you're in
There's
town this weekend, don't miss the Pokemon Drone Light Show right off our beach, 8 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday nights. It is spectacular, all for the Pokemon World Championships. Now, if you look to the right, that appears to be where the marina where that person was filming from. That's certainly what we saw. They probably did like a test flight last night for the big show tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, which of course you would expect they would. Yeah. Oh,
For the Pokemon World things, but looks beautiful. There's a whole bunch of people out there on the beach checking it out. It looks pretty cool.
That's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, and they included a little later in the show where they did some shapes. So
Ooh, Pokemon.
Oh, look at that.
So that's So sorry, everybody, not aliens.
Oh.
I guess Pokemon could be kind of an alien. I don't know, but
Yeah, let's get technical.
So if you see that around, one, it's not in Palmdale, and it's in Hawaii, and two, it's this thing that the Hilton is putting off over there in Honolulu.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll move on to a couple others here. This one, and I think this is part of why there's some confusion, because this particular video is from Palmdale, but there are some editing issues that I have with it. One being this counter at the bottom was added in later. And again, the voiceover was not at the same time in it, because you can, there's parts of it where you can hear like the person breathing heavy, like they're running, and you can hear jostling, but the camera doesn't move. But the video is probably real. Just that's typical for the TikTokers to edit in their own audio later. but we do see what appears to be something very similar to like that drone light show that we saw. Well, of course, that's in Hawaii, and this is in California, so it couldn't possibly be the same thing. Also, this is very high in the sky, so I don't know what this is exactly.
Oh, look who's decided to show up. Hey, Crow.
Oh, hey.
He must have
Talking
just woke
UFOs,
up.
man. We drug our feet waiting for you to show up.
Yeah, we waited as long as we could, but then we started talking about the UFOs over California last night. Did you
Oh,
see
really?
any of that? You haven't seen it?
I have not.
Can you see what's on the screen at the moment?
Yeah, sure can. Wow.
Yeah, we're starting it. I dealt away with one that was obviously, well, it's not fake. It was just a mistake, and plus it was even in Hawaii. It wasn't even in California. But
yeah, there was a Pokemon show in Hawaii, and they look a little bit like that. And people going, "Oh, it's landing," and they've closed off the beach. They did close off the beach. Oh, is that another one? Go. Oh.
Is there multiple camera angles of this, or is this one camera?
Nope, just this
that's
one.
the light, isn't it? That's just the street light.
Yeah. Yeah, you get when you start getting reflections and stuff like that, it starts to get weird. That's one of the problems, like with a cell phone, because it's got that piece of glass that's over top of where the lenses are, so you start getting weird reflections and shifting and all of that. But so there's this one. What I found interesting was the person that originally posted it had just a freeze frame on it and drew a correlation, which I don't know if there's necessarily a correlation, but I found it interesting, to this. What have you seen this one before, Crow?
Oh, yeah.
This is a woodcut from 1561 in Nuremberg, Germany, which was basically they would have a chunk of wood that they would carve out these designs and actual print on, and then just like do it in ink and then stamp it on a piece of paper, and they'd post that
like you
all
do
over
with
the
the
town.
potato stamp.
Or early newspaper, basically.
Yeah.
And what this is describing is basically it was a mass UFO sighting where during the middle of the day we can see the big, nice big sun. What they describe as like a space battle between different craft in the air.
Right.
Where they're shooting at each other, and you can even see they include in the lower right where one of them crashed nearby and started a big fire. And some of these, whatever this black spearhead looking thing looks monstrous. But the person who posted this drew a little picture or drew a little circle around this guy right here saying, hey, that kind of looks like that.
Oh, right.
Well,
to be fair, they're not really wrong.
They're not really wrong.
But actually, I'm a big fan of the Nuremberg woodcut, which is what this is referred to as in the circles. I love that story.
And also in China's history too. I think there's in their folklore, there's similar stories as well of these things in the sky flying around, battling each other.
Yes, they also have it in China. That whole region of China and into India. India has a lot of that too. That's where you get the Nirvanas flying around, shooting, starting wars and giant, atomic style explosions and things like that. So, but anyway, I just thought that was interesting, and I'll take any chance to talk about the Nuremberg woodcut.
But it is interesting that although, because, we've got different things like cameras and stuff, but all those years ago, the only way they had to retell a story of and even look, they're pointing up, the little men in the picture are pointing up. Like, that's the only way, like, that they had to retell, or, hey, did you see such and such? Like, oh, do you remember when that happened or whatever? So, so who knows? Who knows?
So, a little look back. Don't know that that's necessarily connected, but it is a little curious.
I'm just surprised that with something big like that in the sky that nobody else that night got a recording of it as well. Maybe it's out there still though, and they haven't found the recording.
And that could be too. Is because because how all this started was a lot of people seeing something weird on their Ring doorbells, and Ring has like a network where you can link up with like all your neighbors, so you're like doing like a community share thing. If you see something weird, you can tell, hey, there's a guy lurking around the parking lot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how all this started. Is like, hey, there's something weird in this guy. Anybody else see it? Yeah, I saw it too, and yeah, it scared my dog, or whatever the stories were. So that's how this all started.
Crow, I'll just introduce you to Jonathan. Jonathan, Crow, Jonathan.
Hey, good to meet you, Jonathan.
Meet you.
Jonathan's got his channel Crossover Paranormal Society, and
Cool.
yeah, he goes out investigating too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta make a phone call, and I gotta get in bed for work in the morning. So,
so you can. What are you driving to work tomorrow, Jonathan?
I'll be in my vehicle tomorrow.
I love you, Jonathan. All right,
Thanks for
I might
stopping by
catch you
then.
while you're driving to work. I sometimes do see you, but then it's usually when I'm putting my head down. But I'll pop in and say hello later. Thank you for being here, Jonathan. And go if you guys want to see another lovely face and another nice person. No drama with Jonathan, is there, Jonathan? Just fun. Head on over to Jonathan's channel and check him out. And he always says vehicle for me. He makes me happy. All right, Jonathan, go get some rest and have a good day at work tomorrow.
All right, see ya.
It is
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Later.
All right. So
we got our next one here. Interesting. This one also taken last night at Palmdale area. My problem with this one is there's no context to this. I don't know how high in the sky this is. I don't know if it's moving. I don't know if it's sitting still and they just got shaky hands, because I know I certainly have shaky hands. If you're filming something anomalous, go with the wide shot first so you can see, the trees or the house or the light pole or whatever, and then do the zoom in. And try and give a physical, what you're seeing as the audio part of it, instead of like most of these videos tonight are like, holy shit, what the hell's that? Which is what most of the video is. But interesting. I don't, I have to, in 2024 for something that I see like this, I almost have to default to drone.
Right.
Not seeing your standard marker lights for your aircraft, your red, your green, your amber lights. So it's while I say it's interesting, there's not a whole lot more I can say about it, because there's just nothing else for context. But
Dang.
one of the other videos that's going around is this one.
And it's not real either.
This one, it's real, but it's from 2 years ago, almost to the day, and it is from Palmdale, California. And in this particular one, this is a mom with the family, because you can hear the kids and the dad in the background going, what the hell is that? I don't know what this is.
But what is it?
Well, we've got a lot. I don't think it's birds, which would be like my initial, just guessing at it, because we do the zoom out, we can sort of see it. She's got to zoom in to actually get them to pick up because of the reflection off the house and everything like that, and it's so dark out. But they're doing this flashing. All of them are doing this flashing thing, almost like it's something that's got like a bright side and a dark side, and it's spinning.
Could it be lots of balloons, like how people let those little lanterns go?
Well, actually, if we had the audio up, that is one of the things that they say is like, are these lanterns? If these were lanterns, they'd be more of an amber color, which may not come out in the dark light. I can kind of get that, but it would be more of a flickering, because if you can like pick one of these out and just keep your eye on it, it's this slow, bright, dim, bright, dim. Whereas if it was, one of those Chinese lanterns, it has like a flickering kind of amber flickering kind of effect. And if that's what these are, that's a lot of them, for them all to be launched at the same time.
Wow.
To have 50, 60 or more.
Well, I
But
suppose it depends. It could be Chinese New Year.
Did they just go away, or does the video just cut
in,
off?
in the audio, they are actually moving away from the lady that's videoing it, because you can hear her describe how they were much closer, and as the video goes on for 2 minutes, I think they're drifting away from whatever direction she's videoing in. So they're
Wow.
moving away from her. That's
I
why they
reckon
seem dimmer right here.
balloons. They could be metallic balloons that are, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lot. That was a
That's a
lot of yeah.
If we go back to like the beginning, you can see there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? At first, when I was watching, I thought it was just fucking stars. Like, what the hell am I looking at here?
No, these are all something in the sky that is slowly moving away from the person taking this video.
That is weird. Could be some natural phenomenon.
I think it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Flock of birds is what I would normally say, but they don't act like, because with birds, the flashing you would see, like if this were all like cattle egrets, just as an example, you would see a more regular and faster flash pattern, because what the flashing is, you're seeing the wings flapping, and that's reflecting light as the wings go down.
Birds do tend to fly nicer, though, in formation. That's messy. That's why I reckon it's balloon or something, or lanterns.
I'm wondering, is it just, are you sure it's individual and not one thing?
I don't think so. I think mostly because of the way they slowly disappear, rather than all, because she says that they're moving away from her. If it was one big thing, I would think they would all disappear kind of at the same time, versus, okay, that one's far enough away, now it's gone totally, and this one's gone, and then this one's gone, as you watch the whole video. So and plus they're all moving around.
Yeah, very erratic.
Each other.
So okay, so all individuals.
Yeah. Yeah. If I had to plan it on something from Earth, I would probably still stick with birds, but it doesn't look that much like birds to me.
No, I reckon it's balloons or something. I think someone's had a party or a funeral and let go balloons, and somehow
there's a lovely part about in here somewhere with one of the kids that are making a lot of racket and very excited because they see the parents are excited. Is you hear a little boy's voice going, "I know what those are. Those are angels. We don't need to be scared." It's like,
isn't that cute? Aww. That's so cute.
So, not from last night, but it is from Palmdale. So,
wow, I see.
This is from August 13th, 2022. So almost to the day 2 years ago. So it's that's curious. There's a lot of curious synchronicities with this whole thing of, well, they had kind of a big sighting almost exactly 2 years ago.
Can I bring up real quick? And I know that I get a lot of flack for this, but the Las Vegas, not the mall thing, but the kid, the teenager that called the cops on the saying UFOs in his backyard, normally I'd be like, oh, it's just a kid playing prank, but it's just so funny. Right before that 911 call, a fellow cop down the road caught a green thing flying overhead, and it looks like it's actually coming down, not flying, just over. I'm like, what are the odds of that? Like, this kid calls the cops, a UFO is landing in my backyard, and right beforehand, a fellow cop caught this huge green thing flying overhead minutes before. What are the odds? And also, they felt somebody correlated as well that was going towards that kid's neighborhood on the map. So
you heard the follow-up, like part 2 of that whole thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Where basically that kid was the family is moving out of that house because they've had a ton of paranormal type activity in the house ever since then. Things getting thrown around, like poltergeist style activity. Mm-hmm. That same young boy has a story of a crucifix floating in the air upside down, and it was touch, and a lot of that it gets a little bananas there, but
it does.
They are moving out. They have had enough. They have weird stuff. But this one, this was actually not affiliated with Palmdale, but it did happen a couple of days ago, and we can see we've got the skyline of Los Angeles, which is only over the mountains from where Palmdale is. And this is a launch of one of out of Vandenberg, which is where Elon launches his satellites from.
Oh.
And as you can see in the image here, it's just after sunset. So what's happening here is, I'll give it away, is down on the ground, it's dark, but miles up in the sky, the sun's still hitting that area. You know, the sun is coming up at an angle. So what we get to see is the launch and this weird looking explosion, which this is like that vapor area that you would never see during the day during a launch. What we're seeing is the second stage separating and blowing off the first stage, which you can actually see the second stage on the right falling down.
Yeah.
And this is called, and they do a lot of these like right after sunset for whatever reason, for placement into their orbits. They choose to do it like just after sunset. This has been the cause of a ton of UFO sightings in Southern California.
Yeah.
This exact thing. So, and it does look pretty amazing to kind of see this almost nebula looking explosion thing happening over your head.
So are they jets that are flying out the other way?
Yeah, this is you can see by the down at the very bottom where this is sped up a lot.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, what's the thing to the left? That's also a jet, isn't it? Okay.
I think it's a jet. It looks like a jet. Yeah.
Yeah, there's regular jets you see down towards the middle and that come towards the upper left. Because I'm sure LAX is probably off to the left somewhere where they're going take off. So
of course. Yeah.
That's why they're all lined up in a line.
Even NASA should consider that, because that's a real pretty sight in the darkness.
Yeah,
why do they launch rockets during the day? They should just launch them at night time so everyone can see. It's pretty.
I don't know. It's pretty cool though. I'd like to see one of those in person. But that's all I've got for videos from Palmdale. More will probably be popping up as people see the fervor today. They'll maybe check their Ring doorbell videos and stuff like that, and go from there.
Also, the ones that have been getting a lot of misidentification is those Elon, or there's no Elons, but those little small miniature satellites have been shooting out.
Those Starlink satellites themselves.
Yep.
I use Starlink. That's what I'm on today.
Yeah, lots of people have been sending videos like, "Oh my God, there's UFOs!" It's just a string of lights, and it's just those little satellites.
I admit I've seen them before, and it does look pretty weird. Thank you very much, Blue Sky.
Yes. Well, there you go. That's pretty cool.
Pretty interesting. I get stuff from my cousin all the time in Arizona. I have to send it to Enzo so he can check it out.
Because Arizona is obviously, like, I remember when I flew over Arizona, like, because you get told, oh, we're now flying over Arizona or whatever. And I thought, Arizona, I'll look out the window and see how pretty that is. Oh, there's nothing there. It's just
meteor crater, Arizona.
Just the aliens are there.
What's Erwin saying? Where I live, there is no lights or air pollution, and you can see a lot of amazing stars on a clear night. Yeah, I'm even lucky here, really, considering how close to Brisbane I am. If the sky is clear of a night time, I can see all the stars. Not as beautiful as you can when you live in the country. Like when I lived in the country, you can see them. It's just beautiful. You can see everything. But yeah, maybe we should all move away from the cities and move out to the country. Start a commune, grow our own vegetables, ask Elon Musk to build us a little city. We could be his experimental Mars village. He could just put us out in the bush in the middle. Oh, no, it's cold on Mars, isn't it? Not hot. Cold or hot? Cold. Very cold. Antarctica?
Yes, really cold on Mars. I'm still just tripping out about the first people that are going to be on Mars. It's going to be pretty rough.
Yeah, I don't think I'd put my hand up for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't sign up for that either. No.
No,
Unless, go on a one-way trip.
unless all the boys looked like Matt Damon and
No, not even then.
You saw how he turned out on Mars.
yeah,
He grew
grew
potatoes in his own poop.
I think I can't remember. I want to. I mean, it's like a fact. I think it's around negative 200 degrees there on the Mars surface. You can fact check me on that.
Oh,
But I
what?
think that's what I remember.
Is that right, Enzo?
I don't think it gets quite that cold on Mars. It does get pretty cold, though.
Well, come on, the science.
Somebody Google this. I need to know. I want to say negative 200.
Ugh.
Oh, is that another one?
This is actually since we've talked about it in the last couple of weeks, seeing the Perseids meteor shower, and we're talking about being out in the dark where you can really see all the stars and stuff. You can see this is Stonehenge down here at the bottom with the galaxy itself, the Milky Way galaxy. They had kind of a curved lens on there during the Perseids meteor shower. So all these streaks are all meteors as they were coming down during this time-lapse photo.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Because our science guy isn't doing his job. Enzo. Fine.
Enzo, the science guy.
Enzo, the science
apparently, you require science problems to Google.
Surface temp.
Oh no, I'll do it.
No, let's see who's fastest.
Oh.
Minus 85 Fahrenheit. Or minus 85 Celsius.
Okay.
That's still friggin' cold.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's colder than the freezer, isn't it? Ooh.
Yeah, negative 85 would be miserable.
But hang on, it does say it ranges from the 70s to minus 225.
Okay? Oh, okay. There we go.
So there you go. You were right.
Kind of right.
See, it's got all of our.
I guess. Sure.
Yeah, Sheila's been doing some work there. Everyone's been helping out. Hey, Foxfire. So there you go. Ooh, I've seen them cars, Maisie, driving around here. They're weird looking. What cars? What did I miss, Maisie Poo Poo? She must have said it earlier. I've missed. Oh, there we go. Oh, do you mean like the I saw somewhere the little taxi cabs, can't remember where they are. I can't remember who's got them, but taxi cabs that drive themselves, there's no driver in them. And you see them when they're not in use and they just park themselves. It's the weirdest looking thing. What was that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger where he gets in the cab, but it's just a robot cab driver?
Total Recall.
Yeah,
Total Recall.
Johnny Cab.
Yeah, he's going to Mars.
I remember watching. Yeah, I remember watching that and thinking, "Oh, that'll never happen." So there you go. It has happened, except minus the. I reckon they should do that though. They should put a dummy or something in the driver's seat because I reckon that'd feel really weird jumping in a cab and it just drives. I'd be freaking out the whole time.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that. No,
that would be. No. I'd have a dummy in the left seat there, just as my designated driver. I had to go out to the clubs all the time.
A dummy. Do you think that makes me think of Airplane, the movie Airplane, where the co-pilot, she's got to blow him up. Oh God, you couldn't get away with making one of those movies anymore. People have a. Actually, I was watching a clip of it where they are telling a lady who's screaming. They're saying, "Shut up! Like, stop screaming!" She's going, "Ah!" And they're shaking her and they're hitting her, and then they're all in the line ready to hit her. And I thought, imagine now if anyone saw that. Oh dear.
I love those movies. But can I say about on the Mars thing? Because I think about this a lot. And like the first people that go up, like how weird it must feel like when you're there, like you're landed, you're in your little pods eventually, and you're just out there by yourself, just that kind of how that must feel to be out there just by yourself. But I was thinking like long term, like as our history progresses on Mars and we get more people there, like there's gonna be things like the first murder on Mars, or the first person that was born on Mars. I started thinking about this. Like, think about this. Somebody's born on Mars, right? Say 50 years on the road, somebody's born on Mars, and then in their life, they've grown up on Mars. So they're technically an alien to us, pretty much. So they're looking back at Earth.
Would be a Martian. So
Yeah. So they're looking
Yeah.
back at Earth, and they're thinking, "Oh man, all they hear is the stories and see pictures and videos, but they've never been." So one day, if we don't blow ourselves up, one day a Martian from Mars, a person from Mars, will come to Earth for the first time. And can you imagine being a 16-year-old kid or 18-year-old and living on Mars your whole life, and then like coming to Earth for the first time as a human?
well,
I was like, that'd be fucking mind-boggling.
Yeah.
as long as they go to the gym a lot, because the gravity's only about a third of what Earth is on Mars.
Right.
So as soon as they step off the ship, they're going to fall flat on their face. Going, oh
Oh.
God, this is really heavy here.
Yeah. I just think about stuff like that all the time, like, you know, and then of course, one day the McDonald's will be on the Mars. There'll be a first McDonald's on Mars one day.
I think there's already one there, isn't there?
Probably. Certainly a Dairy Queen,
Doubt
at
it.
least.
Yeah, at least a dairy.
Oh, they have to be ice cream, yeah. They have to be ice cream for sure. I got the I got the itinerary sent to me proper for my trip to England. And
Sweet.
yeah, so hang on, where is it? Oh, I've got to move that again. I've got a special little folder that says UK trip. There it is. And there's my itinerary. There it is. All right. Turn that off and put you back there and put you over there. I'm so good at organising everything, aren't I? Look at that. Hang on. Come here. Oh, stupid PDF things. There we go. I'll show you where I'm going. Does anyone want it? Does anyone care?
Oh yeah, I do.
Hang on, let's see. Share screen window. This one. And share. Oh, there we go. Let me see if I can make it. So I'm going. My friend MJ's got a company. She does paranormal things in America and England and stuff. MJ's her name. So I said, I'm coming to one. So this is what I paid for last year. So remember how I said I don't want to go on a Jack the Ripper tour? I am. Because she's got one. So when I get to England, I'm booking in. I've already booked my room at the St. Paul's Hotel, which is a really old, it used to be a school and something else, and now it's a hotel. It's supposed to be haunted. So I've got a room there myself for 2 nights before they all arrive. And then I've got to leave that room and go into another room. So we're staying there. So we're going where? I'll reread this again. So we're doing that night, we're doing the Jack the Ripper tour. I don't really like them because it's a bit, they're sort of a little bit disrespectful, but maybe this person will be okay. I don't know. So I'll better wear comfortable shoes. And then where am I going? I'll still be there. Highgate Cemetery. Have you heard of that? Highgate Cemetery. I'll be going to Highgate Cemetery. And Camden Town, wherever that might be. I'm sure Ian knows. And that night I'll be free to do whatever I want, which will probably be sleep. And then the next day, Tower of London and the Crown Jewels, Tower Bridge,
Wow.
St. Paul's Cathedral, and
What was the one
Westminster.
before that with the punks?
Punks. The People Garden.
People Garden and punks.
I don't know. It's obviously, I don't know, the People Garden. Maybe punk rockers made a garden and called it the People Garden. I don't know. Let's see. Highgate Cemetery. Maybe that's in Camden Town. I don't know. But I'll learn and I'll tell you all, because every day that I go on these, I'll go live quickly on the YouTube to show you things where I am. Yeah, that's the Tower of London. So we must stay in there. So we're staying there for a few nights, 3 nights or something. And then we're going to the Skirrid Inn, wherever that is. The Skirrid Inn. Dinner at the Skirrid Inn. And head back the Vigils. So that's where we'll be for the night, obviously, 2:30 a.m. 9 o'clock to 2:30 a.m. we'll be investigating the Very Haunted Spirit Inn. I'll have to look all of these places up. So I so will. And then
You see, Rose says there's a vampire in the cemetery you'll hear about.
There's in the Highgate Cemetery, something or other. I can't remember. It's just a story of someone who's buried there or something. I can't remember. But there's not a vampire. It's something I've seen that before, isn't it? Someone's grave or something. There's something about it. And then I'll be heading to Wales near Beardo's house, to a castle, and I think. I want to say, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, we're going to Warwick Castle, and I'm not sure if that's in Wales, but I know we're going to the Warwick Castle, or we were supposed to. I can't even say that word. Latani, that one. Lantoni Priory Ruins, I don't know. A pit stop of Skenrith Castle ruins. Head to the castle and check out as soon as I think that's when I go to the Warwick Castle, and then we're going to go to where's the next day? Swan's Nest Inn on the Stratford upon Avon.
I see a lot of breakfast included in a lot of these. Does that mean you're having a lot of beans on toast?
Oh no, you get the eggs and toast and sausages and the English food.
You don't do the beans on toast thing down there in Australia, do you?
Yeah, baked beans on toast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh okay.
Actually, you've made me think about that now. I might make myself some for lunch. And I've seen there's a show that does archaeological digs called The Time Travelers or something. It's an English show, and they go around and do digs everywhere. And I know that in I think it's at Stratford upon Avon where Shakespeare's house used to be. It's now not there, but they're doing a dig. I'm super stoked to go for a walk past that, so that'll be cool. And it says here you're having a free evening, so I might be able to walk past at night time and have a bit of a gander. And Swan's Nest Hotel. So all of these places I'll have to kind of look up. The oldest Saxon church we go to, I wonder what that will be. So we're staying at the Swan's Nest Hotel. Fair enough. And then where else am I going? The Stone Circle. Take in the energy at the Little Roll Right Stone Circle, and a ritual is included. I think I might I'll film that. I don't think I'll take part in any ritual. You never know. Could get some bad mojo. Unless it's pagan, then it might be all right. Then we're going to Stonehenge. I didn't know I was going to Stonehenge.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. And the Wookiee Hotel Witch, Glastonbury. Oh, I know of concerts in Glastonbury. Let's see. Visit the Wookiee Hole Caves. Caves, Enzo. What else? Dinner at Arden Tandoori Indian Restaurant. Beautiful. I have some curry. Meet the ghosts of the inn. The White Swan Paranormal Investigation. Oh, we're staying at the White Swan. I knew that. Alistair Crowley, and the Medieval Ghost Town. So where's that? Warwick. Oh, that's the Warwick Castle one. And dinner at the Black Swan. And then the 11th, that's when we all depart, and I'm off on my own. So there you go. So that's what I'll be doing, lots. And that's to the 11th. And after the 11th is when I'll go, okay, where to now? But I'll make up my mind while I'm doing that, and I'll work it out while I'm there. But yeah, definitely get up to visit Maisie in Edinburgh. Go to see the Huntley Castle because that's my ancestors' area near Aberdeen. And then I want to go to York because Mythos said he would go to York with me and have a look around, and maybe even investigate with me. So there we go. And of course the Ancient Ram's Inn with Beardo and his missus. And what else? Well, that's all I can think of for the minute. But I do have a little bit. I'm thinking I might go to Paris on the train just to say I've been to Paris. And besides, whatever.
Yeah.
What an amazing trip.
A pretty long trip. That's a lot of stuff packed into those few
Right.
days.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. That's what I mean. I'll probably, where it says, oh, you've got the evening free to yourself, I'll probably just go to bed and go,
Sleep. Yeah.
sleep. Hey, Joe. Look, it's the last chance I'll probably get to travel for a while, because this particular trip I'm going on was paid for over a year ago. And so now I've got to make money. And anyone that's on YouTube that says they make enough money not to work is telling, maybe not a lie, but if they are, good on them. But I certainly don't make any money from YouTube. Maybe, I don't know, some months I might get $50 and other months I get 10. It's still something.
Mhm.
But you know what I mean, don't you, Crow? So, yeah. But it's it's just really a hobby for me, the YouTube. But I love the hobby. What about you, Laura? Do you love your hobby on the YouTube?
Oh yeah, because I don't make anything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know there's channels out there. Like, for example, I know Beardo left work because he was making a bit of money on the YouTube, but I can't imagine it's paying all the bills. Otherwise, his lovely wife wouldn't be doing night shift.
Right.
So I don't know. But, I mean, wouldn't that be a dream? But I think the only people who could really afford to do things would be the people that have got over 100,000 subscribers and, members galore and,
Mhm.
and even the thing that you have to think about with the YouTube is it's fleeting. People are fleeting. Like, it comes and goes. And then even the ones like, look at all the trouble that, what's his name? Mr. Beast. He's in a lot of trouble and he's disappearing. He won't disappear. Is he a billionaire now? He'd have to be super rich. But, so you come and go. So it's not
still a lot of work to get to even that 100,000 range where you gotta learn how that algorithm works. You gotta be regular in putting out your materials. So your hobby of popping on YouTube and talking about funny things is with your friends turns into a job then, and you have to kind of commit to it if you're going to go full time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and look, it's not, the algorithm kills you sometimes, doesn't it, Crow? And Laura will learn this. Like, sometimes it depends what happens, but all of a sudden you'll get a spike of views on videos, and you think, oh, cool, people are watching my stuff, and then you get told, oh yeah, I found you. It just popped up on my screen or whatever, and then sure as it happens, momentarily, boom, nothing. And you think, no one's watching my stuff now. What have I done wrong? But it's not that you've done anything wrong. It's just that it's not. And I've noticed that with a lot of people I'm subscribed to, and I have the notification bell on, I don't get notified. I don't know that they've put out. Yeah, I don't get told they've put out new stuff. So therefore, that sort of explains things, that explains things. It's just that people aren't seeing it on their feed and they're not getting notified, and that happens a lot. So it's a bit disappointing because you don't always think, oh, I wonder if so-and-so's put out an episode this week. I'll check. Do you know what I mean? You just kind of go to your homepage and think that you'll get a notification, but yeah, I don't.
Crow does it for hot dog money, right, Crow?
There you go. If I can get a good McDonald's run out of them, good.
There you go.
Hang on, I'll find it. Hang on.
While you're looking for that, on the flip side of it is YouTube in general is getting a way more traction than it ever used to, where a lot of people are watching stuff on YouTube versus watching regular broadcast TV. The ratings for even like cable shows is way down, and YouTube interactions are way up. There's a lot of people that are just more entertained by, they can find their niche on YouTube with things that they like and people that they like versus whatever random programming comes out on regular TV and stuff like that.
I haven't watched regular TV. I used to watch oh shit, Good Morning. Oh, the morning show. See, I can't even remember what it was called now, and I've watched it for years. Channel 9 here has a morning program with a fella called Carl, and he's a bit of a giggle. So I used to watch that, but then they became really stupid and picking on people and shit, and I hate that. And I thought, yeah, fuck it, I'm not watching it anymore. So I just went to the YouTube and I just watch different people as I, feel free to.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I haven't had regular television in over 10 years.
No. Hey, I was going to buy you a present, Crow. I wondered what you must have seen this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that?
Let me see. Oh, I'm looking at my YouTube
Oh
channel.
God!
Let me see. Oh, zoom in. What is this?
Mayo
Oh my
toast.
God! Sorry, it's funny.
It's true.
Is this real?
It's real. Yeah. I hang on. I don't know.
This is crazy.
I'll mute.
Is this the same guy from the video a few weeks ago where he was putting mayo in his coffee?
Oh, probably. He's a football player. Why can't I? Hang on. I'm just trying to see if it'll. And I thought, I just thought this was a skit. Mind you, it is CNN, so it could be fake news.
Oh.
But no, I think it's true. I won't play the sound, but yeah. So he brought out this. I think it's all sold out actually. But when I saw it, the first person I thought of was you.
Wow.
Look at him smelling.
He is serious about this.
Yeah, but you see, he's smelling the can.
Oh my God!
On the head, and he's eating the mayo.
Wow.
And then he's dipping his finger in the mayo. I just thought that's funny. And I just thought of you.
So
there you go. So, yeah, I don't know much about American football, but
like a week or so ago, there was a video going around where he was on like the Today Show or something like that, and he was dumping like a big dollop of mayonnaise into his coffee, stirring it up and drinking it.
Oh my God!
Maybe it was probably just a joke. It probably wasn't mayonnaise. It was probably cream, and he was just having a. But then again,
I have a friend who eats it with a spoon.
Then again, do you remember?
Yeah.
I remember the stage where within this community, Crow, oh, crikey, a long time ago, people would, who was it? Ron and, oh my God, I've gone blank. The young girl, she's got the horses. Oh, and they drank the hot dog juice out of the tin.
Oh, yeah, Allie.
Yeah, Ron and Allie. And I'm like, oh.
Vienna sausage juice, yeah. Oh God, it's gross.
I like my favorite mayonnaise is Tommy mayonnaise, which is a German mayonnaise, and it's egg based. It's egg mayo. I like that one.
And I'll do it.
Mayo egg based.
I can't do this. I can't eat it like a spoonful. I use a lot of it on like burgers and stuff and everything, but I cannot eat it just like by itself. I mean, I could, but it's just, I don't go and do it for fun though.
My mum used to make
my friend eats it by the spoonfuls.
Wow.
Egg mayonnaise. My mum used to make it. I can't remember now. I used to watch her make it, but it was eggs and I don't know if you call it the same, condensed milk. That really thick, sweet condensed milk.
Condensed milk.
Yeah, Nestle, and I don't know how she made it, but that was the most delicious mayonnaise. I wish I had kept her thingo, but an egg mayonnaise. I think there's other ways to make mayonnaise without eggs, but I don't like that one. I like the egg mayonnaise.
I'm a big mayo guy, or even like a ranch dressing guy. However, Hidden Valley Ranch not that long ago came out with a garlic ranch dressing it tastes exactly like Papa John's garlic dipping sauce stuff, and I put it on everything. I put it on everything. It's delicious.
That's like me with horsey sauce. I put that on everything.
I found stuff.
What sauce do you put on everything, Laura?
It's called horsey sauce. It's from Arby's. It's like
oh yeah.
It's a horseradish mayonnaise.
Oh, horseradish burns my tongue.
This isn't really strong, but it's good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, Dr. Deb says she's a Hellman's gal. I don't think I've seen it on our shelves here.
Yeah, that's what I use.
think we have
Hellman's.
it. Yeah. What's that? Crows of page www. Watch me bathe in mayo.
Bathe in mayonnaise.
Oh, gross. Hey,
Good for your
Tanya,
skin.
do you want to tell everyone what you're doing next Saturday, Tanya? Make them all envious. I'll let Tanya tell you, and then I'll put it up. Oscar Mayer. What's that? Oh, hang on. Have you seen the Oscar Mayer gummy Halloween candy? Ew.
Oh,
Gummy hot dog.
Oh, that's actually, I got a hot dog the other day. I fancied one. I thought of you, Crow, when I was eating it because I don't have hot dogs all that much. Yes, I did think of you, Crow. And I put mustard and sauce ketchup on it. But it was the most disgusting hot dog. It just tasted horrible. Oh, they are.
Must have been the wiener.
It was the wiener. The bun was
he had a
okay.
bad wiener.
That's your sound effect, Enzo. That was good.
There. Tanya's telling you what we're doing next Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I booked her and I a cruise on the SeaWorld whale watching boat, and we're going out. So I hope she doesn't get seasick. I know I don't, but I hope Tanya
Find
doesn't.
out.
But we'll find out. But yeah, so you get nibblies and stuff on there, Tanya. I found out you can have little nibblies and things. But if they don't feed us properly, I promise I'll take you for fish and chips after, or Hog's Breath Cafe. Maybe we'll go there. They have those curly whirly fries.
Oh, you're going to go whale watching. That's pretty awesome, though.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I haven't been before, and I was going to do something because Tanya's here, obviously. I was going to do something. I thought, I'll just take her out for lunch. And I thought, no, I'll shout her to something really fun and exciting. So that's what we're doing. And it is the season for them to be up and down the coast. So we might, if we're lucky, we'll see them. I hope so.
That's very
Karen might actually like Duke's. It's a bit sweeter than Hellman's. Yeah, could be. Don't know.
Duke's has a weird aftertaste to me, and I like Hellman's, but my jam is Kraft. I love Kraft mayonnaise.
Kraft mayo.
My favorite. Yeah.
Actually, now I'm talking about hot dogs and baked beans on toast. I used to, when I was a little girl watching all the cowboy movies, you'd always see, I can't remember his name. He talked like that. I can't remember his name. He was always in Western movies and generally always played the cook. He'd, let's get some beans, and he'd cook up his beans, and he'd be putting beans in they'd have a cup and they'd be eating the beans. I'd think, oh, beans. That's what cowboys eat. So I'd always ask my mum, can I have beans? And she'd just look at me. And that's where I got my start on baked beans, because cowboys, I've always had a love of America. Cowboys eat beans.
What the heck was that?
Did someone fart?
I thought it was Enzo making a sound effect.
Enzo had beans.
Oh, you're blaming it on Enzo.
Blazing Saddles is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
It was a Blazing Salad. Oh, yeah. Geez, I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Beans, I think you boys have had enough.
I saw a whale watching, came right next to the boat. The captain warned us not to look them in the eyes. Why?
Oh, what? Why? Why would you not look them in the eyes?
I'd be tempted to fall overboard.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
But I would. I'd be like, oh, bonk.
That's because she wants to pet it. That's why, right?
Yeah, Karen be trying to pet the thing.
I'd be trying to pat it. I'd
Give it
The
food to
barnacles
it.
off of them and all of that.
Like, come here.
Come here, I'll fix that. I think they're blue whale off of here. I did see some when I went on the. When did I do that? I just decided that, once you get told that you've got a cancer, I think to myself, fuck it, I'm just going to do stuff I wouldn't normally do. So I did go on a helicopter ride, at SeaWorld. At SeaWorld. And would I do it again? Maybe, but it feels really weird in a helicopter.
Doesn't
But
it?
yeah, oh, you've been in one, Crow? It feels
No.
really.
I don't know why I said it like that. I've not been in a helicopter, but I just can imagine it feels. It looks to me like you feel like you could fall at any moment. You know.
It feels like it feels like a mix between being on a roller coaster for that up and down feel, but being in someone driving fast, because you sort of move that way as well. It's really weird, but it was kind of fun. But he took us out over the ocean, and when he goes to the side, like it goes to the side, that's when you're like, oh, I don't know, because you're leaning against the door, but you buckled up. But I saw whales from that, like he said, oh look, whales, and he flew us out over top of them, and I'm like, oh, whales. So I'll be super stoked if they come up near I'll be looking it in the eye. I'll go and it'll probably go, what is that even doing? If it bangs the boat, that's okay. I'll hop out, so long as it's not an orca. So long as it's not an orca.
I was about to say, if it's a killer whale, that might be a different story.
Killer whale, I'm like, I don't know, because of course they do eat seals, but and they've been known to get aggressive.
It's not just that they eat them; they play with them first.
Oh, I know, isn't it cruel? I've seen footage of that, but they see it.
Flip them with their tail; they're like flying way up in the air.
Oh, jeez.
They come in up onto, I've seen footage of it where they come in really close to the shore and the seals, and they're playing with them. They're playing a game, and the seals think, oh, this is fun. And then next minute, woof. Did you see, Julie, did you see any whales when you were up there? Or did you tell me you did and I missed it? I'm all over the place today. So, Crow,
place anyways.
Yeah, what have you got coming up, Crow, this week? Have you finished that episode yet, or have I missed it?
Yeah, it's out at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. It's already up there and uploaded and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ready to go. It's only 20 minutes long, though, so.
That's all right. I find that I was making, in the beginning, I used to make longer videos because I put a lot of work into them and I wanted to tell a story. But I found, like, you can look at your analytics and you can see some people do watch it all the way through, and other people just kind of watch the first few minutes and then they must lose interest and then they would go off. And I sort of thought to myself, well, maybe I'll just make 10-minute videos, since that seems to be the longest anyone can keep their attention span. But I'll go up to 20 minutes now as well, depending upon the subject. But I try not to go over 20 minutes because, yeah, it can be tricky. I don't know. Do you find that, Crow?
Yeah, I tried to keep them on the shorter end because I know if I have stuff that I want people to see, I'll try to make it shorter. Because if you make a 30, 45-minute long video, most likely most people are not watching. You have your diehards that will do that, but for the most part, they're not going to watch the whole thing. But at the end of this one, though, I have a Matt Benton skit at the very end of this one, so I wanted people to see this one.
Ah, interesting.
I make fun of him, but it's in a friend way. It's I used one of his videos I thought was funny, and I do a little skit with it, so it's pretty cool.
I didn't know that, Dee. You sure? Someone Google that. I'm going to Google that. I know they're called orca whales. Orca whales. What family are they? They're probably from the family. They look like so cute.
Pretty smart. Super smart.
Yeah, I don't like the National Geographic.
It was still earlier this year in the Mediterranean where they were learning how to disable yachts by attacking the rudder, just the rudder of a ship, and breaking it off. And now these ships are just stuck. And it was a game to them. It was crazy.
See that?
Hello, Carla.
Hey, hi everybody.
Hi, Carla.
She's been out and about again, girls. You know Carla, don't you, Crow?
Yeah, hey, Carla.
Hey, Crow. Hi, Laura. Enzo.
Yeah.
Hi.
There you go. She's in for the last half hour, the home stretch.
Thank God. Oh. work ran late. We had last minute people shopping for Halloween stuff, and it was our grand opening. So I was rushing to join your live. I was like, come on, people. I know it's all cool, but I have somewhere to be. Yeah,
Oh,
so.
well,
It was
we all have-
exciting though. It was fun. It was a fun night. Yeah.
Are you having fun at the what's it called again, Carla?
Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, you having fun there with that job?
Yeah. I get to visit with everybody that comes up with all their stuff and talk Halloween stuff and costumes and visit the little kids, and it's awesome. So, yeah.
I like the video you put out. The store looks great.
Thanks, Laura. Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Yeah, it looked good. It looks like a fun place to work.
Yeah, it is.
Do they do Christmas decorations once Halloween's over?
Yeah. Yeah. They stay open till November 1st, and then we have to go through all the inventory and then pack it up and ship it back to the main warehouse or whatever. And yeah.
So do they close? They only open up for Halloween and they close back again?
Yeah. Yeah, and then they
wow.
everything out, and then it stays there or online, but then they reopen the store and have to set everything back up and put all the merchandise back out and receive all the shipments, and yeah, it's quite the process. But
yeah, that's what they do here too. We have the Halloween store here, and the same thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What have you got? A bone.
Plus, you get a discount, 30% off or something like that.
Yeah, I got 30% off today.
Gee, that's all right.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, they give out 20% coupons for one item, but this gave me 30% off everything I bought today.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. So
she's stocking up.
It did. Yeah. So, how's everybody?
I don't have holidays anymore, Sheila. Sheila's just saying Halloween is her favourite holiday.
Go, Sheila. Yeah.
My one spirit of Halloween thing is this hat.
That's it. It's all he's got.
If any of you want to go and support
Doughboy hat and put aluminum foil on it, so I've got my aluminum foil helmet, so we can talk about all the woo you like.
Okay.
If any of you would like to support Carla, she's got a channel, and she's only new. She's a newbie, so go over, check it out, and see what you reckon, and subscribe if you like her content. So far, so good with your content, Laura. Carla. I've got Laura above.
Be my co-host tomorrow.
Oh, your content's all right too, Laura. But Carla's. And actually, tomorrow Carla will be on with you doing a co-host thing about the same time as now, isn't it? Roughly 7 o'clock or something.
It's 7 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm working the shift, so next time I get on with you, Karen, I'll just work an early shift, and then I won't have to scramble. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Yeah. I thought it's nice to have a few people on and check up on everybody and see how everyone is. I went crook at Maisie. I hadn't seen Maisie in any of my, anything for a couple of weeks. I thought, shit, is she all right? So I sent her an email. She has answered me. I haven't read it yet, Maisie. She has answered me, but I thought, bloody hell, I've got to send out messages to make sure people aren't dead on me. But yeah, Maisie and I, when I go to Edinburgh, I'll pick her up. We've decided to have lunch in the cafe that is within the Edinburgh Castle or Castle.
That's
so that'll be nice. That'll be fun.
Me and Carla did a collab video that I put on my second channel. When I was trying to get my second channel going, now I realize it's probably just too much crap to do, but I'm still going to do it, but the videos won't be that much, maybe once a month. But we did a horror movie kind of collaboration. I'm going to be doing more with other people as well in the future. But it was fun, man. It was fun doing something different besides paranormal and talking about horror stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah, they really liked it on your last live too, Crow. Talking, that horror movie you had going, The Haunting, was it? What was it called?
The Haunted, yeah.
And everybody participated. It was great. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Sheila's asking how your back is today, Crow.
It's it's slowly getting better, Sheila. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I had a sore back too, but mine's all right now. I went and got myself a little massage and told me to dip in the elbows, and so yeah, it helped. But yeah,
Nice.
geez, it sucks having a sore back.
Right.
How's your back, Enzo? Your back all right?
My back's fine. My neck is awful. I have the worst neck issues lately.
Go see a chiropractor and get it clicked and clunked.
What's it from? Is that from work or?
It's from falling asleep on my recliner while watching TV, and I always have this like weird thing where I wake up like this. It's like,
oh man.
Just being an old man falling asleep in front of the TV.
It don't take much now. I mean, like I hurt my back. I tripped over a cat, and just in the kitchen, and that right there just so the worst back pain I've ever had in my life. And
cats are so good at that too. Mine does that too. He runs right under my feet, and I'm like, "What are you trying to do, man?"
Yep.
Cats are always trying to kill you.
Yeah.
They are a predatory animal.
Oh, did I ever tell you the story about Muffin, the Rottweiler? She was in the. I can't remember what I was doing, but I dropped a knife on the kitchen floor. But I was walking with my hands full, so I thought I'll go back and get that later. Well, she picked up the knife in her mouth, so I've gone back towards to get the mouth, and she's come running at me with this knife in her mouth, and I'm like, Muffin's trying to kill me, and she jumped up, and I had to, So she was probably trying to help me by giving me back the knife, but it was the scariest thing I'd ever seen. This big dog running towards me with a bloody carving knife in her mouth.
Yeah.
Chucky, stand back.
It's like Attack of the Killer Rottweiler.
You like how I posed my Annabelle?
The updated today? Version of Cujo.
Yeah. I posed Annabelle on my bed today. She's doing the pose. I thought I'd put her there. Good old Annabelle, the not haunted doll.
For some reason, Australia says knife, whatever how you say it.
Knife.
I just can't help to think of that movie. Yeah.
Knife. That's not a knife. Yeah. Good old. I saw a picture of Paul Hogan the other day, and I thought, oh Jesus, why does everybody have to get old? You know, he's really old, and I thought, well, yeah, I suppose he is, isn't he? I mean, when I was a kid, he was already in his 30s. But why do people have to die?
I love Crocodile Dundee, man.
Yeah. Oh, look, growing up in Australia, and a few Aussies in the chat will understand, Paul Hogan, he was huge. Like, he was big. He was like Paul Hogan. We still... But older Aussies still love Paul Hogan for his comedy, and it was cheeky comedy. It was kind of Benny Hill. Oh, not as bad as Benny Hill. Benny Hill,
not over, yeah, not
quite that bad. But I've seen old clips of the Paul Hogan show now that crack me up. I think I sent you some, Crow, when he was doing. What was he doing? He was playing, and he said, "This is how you do a sit up or something." And he's on what we used to call a banana lounge. But a lounge, and he's on this banana lounge, and a girl in a bikini comes out, and she's leaning up over top of him, but she's putting the banana lounge down, then up, down, like adjusting it so the head came up and back. And of course, every time he went back, her boobs were in his face. And you couldn't get away with it. It's kind of sad you can't get away with it. It's kind of sad. All that old Benny Hill skit where the girl in the German outfit is going to serve him tea, I think. And she brings out, "Do you want tea?" And they go, "Yes, please." And she gets some tea out of her pocket and puts it in the thing. "Do you want sugar?" And she takes a sugar.
Yeah.
"Milk?" No, because they think she's going to take breast milk or something. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just humour nowadays. People are just too touchy. I love to laugh. And if you can't laugh at yourself, then, go to Mars. Elon's probably having...
That's right. We're looking for volunteers.
We're looking for volunteers. Everyone without a sense of humour can go to Mars.
Yeah, but, I agree. That's so funny.
I like all kinds of humor. There's some memes I find that are like humorous without cussing or being dirty or whatever. But like, I saw one with a fortune cookie recently. Where there's 2 fortune cookies, and they're at the doctor, and the fortune cookies on the X-ray table, and they see the fortune inside of the cookie, and it says, "We can fix it, but it's gonna cost you a fortune." Thought that was funny as hell. I'm like, but I also love, a lot of the stuff I like is extreme because it takes a lot to make me laugh hard. So a lot of the stuff I find funny, I can't post.
Well, I sent Crow probably what's, I guess, in this day and age, inappropriate. But given that they're making fun of themselves, I don't know that it is. But I sent Crow probably inappropriate ones. The one with the little dwarf or little people doing the sort of like he goes to do a backflip, and one little person does the goes forward but goes flat, like face plants on the ground because of the height. And then there was a little person on a motorbike, and they get on the actually, I sent that one. You probably haven't seen it yet, Crow. There's a little person on a motorbike, and he gets on the motorbike and he looks all tough, and then it's from the back thing you see a cardboard ramp over, I think, a milk bottle or whatever, and you see this little remote control.
Oh God.
And I'm like, I shouldn't laugh, but it's so funny. I love ones too of people falling over.
Me too. I love the fall.
Yeah, the fall downs are great.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I know those ones with the little people are inappropriate, but fuck, they're funny.
Oh, the ones especially me and Joe see each other. We're constantly we're going to hell one day, dude.
See you there.
Yeah, see you there.
Yes, I'll see you there too, probably. Yeah,
I'll save you a seat.
We'll have a party.
We'll have a party. Laura, your magazine, your online magazine, it comes out at the beginning of each month, doesn't it?
Yes, first of every month.
All right. So I sent Laura an article, and then I realised she wanted me to write another one, and I didn't pay attention, so I'll have to write that. I'll write that when I get off. I did start to write it, but I said to Laura I got all Karen ranty in it, and I thought, no, I better take a breath and try it again later.
Yeah, full page.
It started out, it was just going to be a little, what my experience as a paranormal female in the paranormal world is like. And I started, and then they said, and I went, no. It began like really good and just like, and then it started to be like writing a diary. I'm like, oh, no. I'll go away, come back later.
And Crow, you're going to have to look at this coming issue that's coming out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, actually, I clicked on your last one, and I looked through quite a few of them, but I didn't read. I didn't read everything, to be honest with you. Right. But it's just I honestly haven't had time. But
have to
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, you have to make time for this one.
Okay.
Yeah, you're featured, so to speak, I guess. Yeah.
Laura, are you going to have like one of your magazines for the month? Are you going to do one and ask the guys their perspective on paranormal?
Yes, I will. Yes.
No, I don't care about anything.
I'm going to do, each month is going to have its own feature. And I want to get everybody's, voice in it. And actually, I'd love to say it. Thank you, everybody that submitted stuff, because the first magazine was only 30 pages. This one is up to 50.
Wow.
Holy crap.
It's fantastic.
Huh. Night, Sheila.
Night, Sheila. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Sheila's awesome.
So yeah, I'm really just amazed that just the second issue and we're up to 50 pages.
Wow.
Wow.
50 pages for the second issue.
Yeah, it's great.
Good for you. Just keep at it. I'm sure.
Can you see my dogs there in the background?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's how
There's no knife involved, is there?
Yeah. Oh God. Do you know who I miss in the chat?
Now I want Taco Bell. Thanks, Enzo.
Daniel, because Daniel would come in and he'd go, Where's Nightbot? Because Daniel passed away. Yeah, but he always want to say, "Where's Nightbot? Is Nightbot here?" Like he'd make a joke, but isn't it? I miss people.
Yeah.
Good old Daniel. Good old Daniel.
Throw it out there. I need to get Enzo in the magazine as well because I do have some UFO stuff in there.
Oh,
Enzo.
Like to see that.
Yeah, we gotta. I try to touch on a little bit of everything, but yeah, and you're a genius when it comes to that. So we've got to get some information.
I've tried expanding a little bit. Went to a haunted house a couple of weeks ago and spent the night there and looking to do some Bigfoot research in the future. So,
Enzo, I'm just curious though, why don't you have your own channel?
That's a question that's often asked. I was certainly part of a show earlier this year, but our good friend Sonny has passed away. So I've kind of been in this lull of trying to find a way to break out on my own. My intention is I'm looking to buy an adventure van. Let me check the time. Make sure. Yes, I can still talk about the van. Where I'm going to go to a lot of hotspot places. I don't know if I would necessarily be beelining to Palmdale to look for UFOs. That's a little bit far, but there's certain places, of course, in this country where we have hotspots like that all the time. Where my plan is to do basically a road show where I would go to some of these more famous spots and do shows from there.
That's a good idea.
Step one, of course, would be buying a van.
Right.
That's the part I'm stuck at right now.
Yeah.
There you go. Someone saw Annabelle move. Yes, you did see Annabelle move because the dogs jumped on her.
That's one of my favorite little commercial little things that you do where you've got Chucky that comes out. He's like, "You're being naughty." I love that.
Oh, yeah, just for you because I haven't played one for a while. Where are they? In there?
Hey, Annabelle! Karen got some more members. Isn't that great?
Oh, wonderful! Chucky, come say welcome to the new members.
Hey, F you. Leave me alone, or you're toast.
Chucky, that's naughty.
There you go.
I absolutely love that.
Karen has gotten quite good. I mean, she's been good for a long time, but really good at this whole editing animation stuff.
I know. I've shown that Enzo the Science Guy bit to a few people when I was out at Contact in the Desert. Some friends of mine that had out there, they're like, "Look at this! I have my own intro song thing," and they're like, "That's fantastic! It's great."
It is, man.
Yeah,
The UFO thing. I love the UFO one too.
The UFO.
Where you abduct me? Yeah.
Yeah.
The abduction one or the one where you dance with the aliens?
I think the one where I abduct Enzo.
Abductor, yeah. Why not?
No, please!
Karen, that is really good.
Yeah.
That is really good.
Oh,
seriously, I'm impressed.
Oh, look, he's gone again. Oh, he's back now.
Oh.
Need a pillow. Hang on a second. It's
on that on my 5 haunting questions with Anne and Renata, if anyone watched it, she told a story. They asked her if she believed in aliens and stuff. And I thought, what a really odd thing. She went on an airplane flight to England, to the UK, and and the plane, hit some turbulence or come over the speaker, put your oxygen mask on, blah 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 blah. Then the pilot come on and said, "Hey, no, it's okay. I don't know what's going on. There's no emergency." Whatever. And she said when we landed, she went to the hotel, etc., etc. And that night she went to get undressed and went to take her T-shirt off, and it was sort of stuck on her stomach. And she's like, "What?" And she looked down, there was like blood. And she said then when she looked under that, there was like she'd been punctured by something, and that's where it was bleeding, and she cleaned herself up. But she said, don't know what that was. I said, I reckon she was abducted, and she didn't know.
Oh.
So I made an animation about her being abducted by aliens.
Does that mean that she would have been abducted in flight?
Yeah, I reckon. From the center.
Man, I
mean, that's not what she says. I mean, she's not saying that happened.
But it would have to have happened like that, though, right? I mean,
yeah, but she just can't explain why she had bleeding from her stomach and what that was. And she does say something about it. She says something about later on something was a bit weird. But yeah, and I believe her. Like, if they're going to do things, that's how they do it, isn't it? They probably grab a plane and put everybody in a time warp thing and maybe
Bermuda Triangle, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still the Travis Walton story, man. I think that was a real. I fully believe that case.
Yeah. Oh well, Enzo's met Travis Walton, haven't you?
Yeah, I chatted with him very, very, very briefly this past year at Contact, and he is about as real as they come. And even when he would be on like other panels during the time there with other abductees or other experiencers, I guess is the word, he would kind of sit there and be like, well, that wasn't my experience. It was because of course the Travis Walton story is, he gets zapped while out in the woods. His friends leave him thinking he's dead. He gets beamed aboard the ship or whatever the scenario. And when he comes to, he doesn't know what's going on. He thought they tried to kill him, and he comes up swinging. He's smashing aliens, and they're all like, whoa,
yeah,
back off. And had to send somebody else in, a little more human-like, to talk to him a little bit. But you can't just make that stuff up, especially in that time frame where you didn't have a ton of stories about that kind of thing. He's always stuck to his story. He's gone, all of his friends, of course, his friends go barreling down the mountain, go straight to the sheriff, and they're like, yeah, you guys are cuckoo crazy. Ran him through lie detectors and a bunch of others, and they all passed. So their story is kind of rung true all of these years, and he still goes around to, conventions and stuff like that for sure, which, it doesn't pay that much, to be honest.
Right. Yeah.
But it's, even like the movie, Fire in the Sky, it wasn't exactly how it happened. They don't really get into the rough and tumble fist fight that he had with aliens, which I would have loved to have seen that version myself.
I wonder if they're squishy like
it was like a bag
you punch an alien. I wouldn't punch an alien, but if you did, I kind of imagine they're sort of squishy like that.
Yeah.
Slime that you hold in your hand, like
it was like a burlap bag full of like oatmeal, I think is what he said.
There you go, yeah. Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yuck.
Well,
the movie was scary as hell.
Well,
the movie
yeah.
was super scary. That sucking into the thing where he's all enveloped in that weird shrink wrap plastic, whatever the hell it was.
I was thinking it's like basically that goo he was in was like the stuff that you find in Vienna sausage cans, like that stuff. That's the same shit in the alien abduction things.
Jelly slime,
right? And of course, that part is not part of the real story. That's just something they did for Hollywood and whatever. But still, kind of gross.
Yeah,
that part.
What do I have to check on, Tanya? Oh, there we go. Hang on. So I've missed something. I'm thinking. Oh, here we go. Yes, holes. Tanya, he must have used his hot dog. La li la. Tanya, at least we know Pro has mayo to use for lube. Oh my God, Tanya. Tell you what.
So hard. It's so hard being in this community. All these people like always trying to go naughty, and I'm trying to just be my best self over here and not be influenced by these bad people.
They're very bad influences.
Everybody's more pro. You did it.
Oh man.
I got.
Well, we're nearly at the end of the 2-hour the program. And I'm just trying to think. Let me look at the calendar. So next weekend on Saturday, I am taking Tanya, the moderator extraordinaire, to SeaWorld and what are we doing? SeaWorld and the whales.
Nice.
Yeah, and Sunday I'll be like, you're here next Sunday, aren't you, Crow? Yeah. Oh, not Crow. Sorry, Crow. Enzo. I know which man I'm talking to. And because that will be the last week, next weekend will be, the last weekend before I have to head off to England. So that's Sunday. Oh my God, it's going to be super confusing, but I won't be going live Sunday like I am now with Enzo unless it just depends, because Sunday will be the first in England. I don't know. I'm all over. Actually, Maisie, if you're still listening, Maisie, what time and day is it there right now? That's what I need to know. And then I'll know by the time, because I can still go live from the hotel room or whatever, but I just don't know what time it would be in England this time, if that makes sense. Do you know, Crow?
England's 5 hours. I'm sorry. What time? What
time is it where you are? What time is it where you are now?
Right now
Crow?
it's 10 p.m. That would be 3 a.m. UK.
Wow.
Oh God, I'll be asleep at 3 a.m.
6 p.m. in the Netherlands. Also be 12 p.m. in Australia.
Is. So I'll probably be way asleep, but I will plan to try to go live, or at least do a couple of little quick lives from different places. Because I'm going to Hampton Court Palace on the Saturday, so I will go live on the Saturday the 31st, which would be Friday. Oh, screwed if I know. It'll be. I'll be there, and if you miss me live, like talking to you guys, you'll see. I just want to show you around, where Henry VIII used to live and stuff. That's where I'm going. That's my plan. I did invite Lee from 3 Spires Paranormal to come along with me, so we'll see if that happens, because he's got to drive to London. He says it's like 2 hours to get to London. 2 hours. Bloody hell. I'm going to shout him to the Hampton Court Palace. Can't he just come along and do his role? Tell you what. But there you go. So we'll see how I go, because that obviously from next weekend, that's my beginning of the month in the UK. But there'll be lives and there'll be stuff. And so, yeah. And I'll still catch up with Enzo. I promise I won't lose any connection, so you don't have to tell stories about lizard people.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I don't know. Hang on, Mrs. Spookfest. Thanks. Hope you have a listen. Oh, hang on. What? Wow, yes, that's amazing. Congrats. I'll have to see. So, what have you got? Some footage from Massachusetts? 1786. Isn't that a long time ago?
Yeah, it was a few years ago.
Yeah.
Bridgewater Triangle is one of those anomalous places where everything happens, sort of like Skinwalker Ranch and Mount Shasta and various other places across the world where you get cryptid, ghost, and UFO stuff all happening at the same time. And if you'd like to learn more about that, by the Katy Rec Center on September 28th, which is a Saturday, for the 2024 Bordertown Paracon. To the best of our knowledge of research, is the only totally free Paracon, where you can come by and sit in on any of our panels, and it won't cost you a cent.
That's pretty cool.
We will have open panels on cryptids, ghosts, and UFO panels, plus very specific panels on by various authors and specialists, such as Jeff Provine from Oklahoma's Ghost Children, Red Dirt Cryptids, Bigfoot and Nephilim Connection, and Ken Rubin's Boneyard, Christy Campbell, growing up as a psychic medium. We will have psychic mediums. We will have psychic larges and extra larges for your psychic needs. We will.
Julia, before you go, were you anywhere near Caney Recreation Centre, Highway 75 in Kansas? You could go and see
Kansas. Small town in southeast Kansas, which is one of those weird places, much like we were talking about a second ago, of Bridgewater Triangle and all that. Because Caney has all of it. They got ghosts, they got cryptids, they got UFOs, they've got spook lights, they got time anomalies, they've got it kind of all right there. That's where I'm going to be spending a lot of my beginner time once I get the van built, where I can actually go rest up and sleep there. There's somebody's parking lot for a time. It's a lot of stuff.
I'm sure he'll go to Mount Shasta.
I do want to do a Mount Shasta investigation because there's a lot. The stories alone, just the legends alone with Mount Shasta are pretty bizarre. Look up Robot Grandma.
Oh, I love that story, bro.
That's Mount Shasta.
I actually believe that. Excuse me. I actually believe that one.
What's that story? I must look at it later. What's it called,
Let's
Enzo?
go look that one up. I won't get into it here because it's super involved. It's,
you gotta watch the whole thing.
Cool. I can look it up. What's it called?
Robot Grandma. Where basically a young boy gets lost in the woods around there, and he happens upon this cave system where kind of a robotic kind of human.
Oh, Robot Grandma.
See, I think that ties into the missing 4 and 1 stuff too, as well.
A missing child, a robot grandma, national parks. The notorious robot grandma.
Shasta is the focus there.
What?
Gotta look that up.
Did you look it up? I looked it up. I'll have to have a look at that. That'll give me something to look at. Well, anybody want to promote anything they're doing over the next week or so? I know tomorrow, Laura, tell everyone again what you're doing tomorrow with Carla.
Me and Carla are just going to have an open mic chat night, talking about everything and anything, and hopefully it'll be a good time. I know it will be. I have fun with Carla, so anybody wants to pop in and just, sit down and, chew the fat with us, that's where we'll be, 7:00.
All right, so that's tomorrow. And Crow, tomorrow you've got an episode. What time again?
6 p.m. Eastern.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Cool. So that'll be an hour before you go live, lady. There you go. And Enzo, are you up to anything this week?
No. I have a quiet weekend. I have a meeting tomorrow about the Paracon, which happens to coincide with a place in south of me, which that's where our Bigfoot guy lives, and he may show us some Bigfoot stuff afterwards. We're after our little meeting, so we'll see.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. Thanks for showing up, Crow. Really nice to have you here. I've missed you. And Carla, thank you.
Yep.
Especially after a day of work. And Laura, I will try not to. Yes, I'll try not to rant in my article about what it's like to be a woman in paranormal.
Do what you gotta do. It's all right.
And Tanya, I'll see you next Saturday to Whale Watch. Maisie Rose, I'll see you in about 3 weeks' time to have a dinner at a cafe in the Edinburgh Castle. Doesn't that sound fantastic? Going to a castle for lunch.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, all the UK people want to come over here for our locations. I'm like, you guys got the coolest locations. They're much more older.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go there.
They do.
Yeah. All right, guys.
They're newer.
Set world clocks. Oh, Dee's just said I need to set some world clocks. Oh, hello, Jethro, lurking there in the background. Hello. All right, guys, I'll end it here. I've got baked beans on toast to make. Thank you, Enzo. I've been thinking about baked beans on toast this whole time. So I'm going to cook an egg too. I wish I could hand eggs through the TV or whatever because I've got so many eggs. My chickens have been going overtime. I'm going to go and give some to the next door neighbours. I'm sure they can use some.
Hell yeah. I need a chicken too, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't checked out my 5 haunting questions with Anne and Renata, it was just it's my last video, the latest video I did. Go check it out. They're funny and their stuff's good. And of course, catch up with the others tomorrow. And I'll see you all from England. Oh no, there'll still be one next week, and then it'll be from England. Oh, I'm getting so confused. I'll see you all next week. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.